Okay. Here we are. Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Batters Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. What's up, good peeps? Hope your Friday is off to a magnificent start. Going to be a little bit of a rainy weekend later today, and then looks like a lot of the day Sunday. But try to get 3 baseball games in with LSU and Arkansas. Certainly a bummer. LSU, Arkansas, a couple of top 5 teams in the country. The series was scheduled for the 3 games to all be on linear networks. For those that don't know, linear means like cable, like the actual TV networks, not just stream. ESPN2, SEC Network, and then ESPN on Sunday, but that's probably going to be scrapped. Based on what we're thinking about with respect to weather right now. So we'll keep an eye. Though what we do know is that today's game is Friday's game is going to be at noon. So we'll get to see Paul Skeens take the ball for the Tigers today, and he's just been magnificent this year. And I totally understand if you're Jay Johnson, why. I just got this update. Okay, here you go. From Bill Franquez, this was 20 minutes ago. All right, all 3 games will be streamed live on SEC Network Plus, which I think we already knew. Game 1 will also be televised on SEC Network, beginning approximately at the 2nd or 3rd inning after prior programming is completed. So they'll join Game 1 in progress on SEC Network today. First pitch Saturday at 1 o'clock is scheduled to be on SEC Network, and Sunday is scheduled to be on ESPN. Still, we'll see if that alters based on weather today. So, it pays to watch Morning Scone there. Y'all are the first to know. But listen, the reason, you had to move today up because of Skeens. The worst thing in the world, there's rain scheduled for like 3 o'clock. So the worst thing in the world that could happen is you start the game tonight at 6:30. Skeens goes and pitches 2 innings, and the rains come, the sky's open, and then he's shelved for the rest of the weekend. And then you could say we'll play a doubleheader Saturday, game 1 and 2. The problem with that is, of course, LSU next week against Tennessee has a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. So, if you move Skeens to Saturday, then you're not going to turn him around and throw him on Thursday. So then you've got to wait and hold Skeens till next Friday in that series, and it's just not ideal. So I'm a little surprised at what the Arkansas is going to do. They're going to throw Hunter Holland in game 1, who's a bull. Look, Arkansas, if you haven't been following them, they have had a lot of costly injuries on the mound. Tigert, who was their best reliever, he's on the shelf right now. Jackson Wiggins, who's their Friday night guy, is out for the year with Tommy John. So they've had to shuffle their rotation a bunch. They're throwing Hunter Holland, who's a bullpen guy. They're starting him today. Will McIntyre is their game 2 guy, and then Sunday is TBA. And I think I know what Dave Van Horn is thinking right now. He's probably holding Hagen Smith. So if you don't remember, Hagen Smith pitched against LSU last year and freaking dominated LSU last year. And right now, he's got a 1.17 ERA. He's started 4 times. He's out of necessity. he's been a starter. But what they may do with him, like, look, 34 strikeouts and 23 innings pitched. He's their best pitcher. But what they're trying to do with him, I'm assuming, is they're going to try to do with him what Maneri did with Bradford in 08 and Coleman in 09, and see if you can get him on the mound twice in the weekend. Like, if you remember, Bradford or Coleman would close game 1 and then start game 3. And I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's his ideal situation if you're Dave Van Horn with Hagen Smith, is if you have a chance to win game 1, you run Hagen Smith out there to see if he can close it for you, and then you start him on Sunday. If game 1 gets away from you, then you likely just hold Hagen Smith for an opportunity to win. Like, if game 2 is the one you can get, you pitch him game 2, then you probably don't bring him back game 3. But otherwise, you start him in game 3 to see if he can, win you a game in the series. So my guess is that's what Arkansas is going to do this weekend. But Hunter Holland, a junior lefty, goes tonight for Arkansas this afternoon for Arkansas against Skeens. Holland is not special. I mean, he's lefty. I mean, over the top, upper 80s, low 90s, like, just nothing really special. I mean, this is a guy that LSU should go pound today. So they show up ready to go, and not affected by the noon first pitch, all the whatever, the change in schedule. They should be ready to roll. Okay, let's say some good mornings here. Jason Horn, Jeff McKithen, Ron Wilson, good morning. Scott Barnes, good morning. Bubba Smith, what's going on? Good morning. Hope y'all are doing great. YouTube, smash that like button, please. Tim Gotro, Wendell Norman, Larry Garner, great to see y'all. Jason Mobile, good morning. Are you going to try for the Gardenia dunks tomorrow? I am not. Don't love them. I did put in for the drop yesterday, for the raffle yesterday. I did not get those, though, unfortunately. Brian Wynn, what's going on? Reed Rule, happy Friday, Scone. How does Jay Johnson expect us to get any work done today? Let's roll. You know what, Reed? So today is, and I don't know why they did it on a Friday this year. They haven't done it before, but today is the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters Prestige Awards. So, think this is like the Oscars for Louisiana broadcasters. It's like the big award ceremony that they do once a year. And it's at 11:45. So, I will be at the awards banquet this afternoon. It usually finishes around like 2. So I'm rushing to get back to studio for AFR. And I'll be at the awards banquet probably watching the game on my phone, trying to keep up with it. So anyway, yeah, I can empathize today for sure. Matt Plavidal, good morning. Find out we hired a new CCA. It won't be the whipping boy any longer. Post office life is getting better. Good, man. Glad to hear that. Trivia Carter, good morning. Jason Mobile, driving home from Arkansas. All right, man. Safe travels, dude. Safe travels. Yeah, don't type and drive, bro. Don't type and drive. Brad David, why doesn't LSU schedule week 0 in football? I think there's a bevy of reasons, and flatly, I was just told, like, they're not going to do it. For practice scheduling purposes, for travel purposes, ticketing, open dates, all the things that go on that can alter a schedule in week 0. And listen, to be very clear, I'm not disagreeing with those of you that say LSU should schedule a week 0 game before Florida State because it's a tune-up. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think that was a distinct advantage for Florida State last year when they played Duquesne. I agree with you completely. I also have seen LSU open the season against Power 5 opponents in neutral site and road games and do really well. It was opening at Washington in 2009. They opened at Mississippi State in 2007. North Carolina in Atlanta in 2010. Oregon in 2011 in Dallas. 2013 they opened with TCU in Dallas. I mean, you all know the games. Remember, LSU had a lot of success in those for a long time until they lost at Lambeau in 2016, and now they can't seemingly. At 2014, they opened up in Houston against Wisconsin, and they won them all until they lost at Lambeau and fired Les, and then they've struggled with some of those. So, UCLA a couple of years ago, and losing last year to Florida State. So. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I really believe if you're just a good enough team and you're ready to roll, you're going to win those games. All right. Smash that like button if you would. If you're there on YouTube, thanks so much for being there. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. As always, brought to you by Brock, the Banner's Orthopedic Clinic. If you need orthopedics, go to Brock. If you need a roof, call Hudco. I don't know if y'all saw this yesterday, by the way. Announced it yesterday on AFR, but Hudco is doing a really cool thing. If you need to replace your roof, but your insurance has dropped you, and this has happened to a lot of people, Hudco is offering financing, number one. Number two, if you got the letter in the mail saying your insurance company is dropping you, which I know I got that, and a lot of people have, my insurer left the state. If you have that letter, Hudco will knock $1,000 off the cost of your roof. And, wait, there's more. If you install a fortified roof on your roof replacement, Hudco will knock another $500 off the cost of your roof. And remember, a fortified roof is something that Louisiana lawmakers are trying to make mandatory across the state, which I think is going to happen eventually. Some Gulf states have already done it. But we will... remember, fortified roofs, depending on your carrier, you save as much as 55% on your homeowner's insurance if you install a fortified roof. So we can finance your roof. We can save you as much as $1,500 off the cost of your roof. And if you're fortified, you could save as much as 55% on your homeowner's insurance premiums. So if you're looking for a roof, if you don't have 30 grand sitting around to buy a new roof, to pay for a new roof, we got options for you. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Hudco's pinned in the chat. Spurge, good morning. Gary Petrie, good morning. Ryan Pike, just curious, do you think there's anybody still on the roster that was on the Natty team? Maybe there's a dude with medical red shirts and COVID year, LMAO, IDK. Well, remember the 2019 freshman, so like John Emery was a 2019 player. Hold on, let me look at the class 2019. Thinking about some of the linemen as well. Jacoby and Guillory. You go, Emery. Cardell Thomas was, but obviously he just left. Anthony Bradford just declared, obviously. So Emery. Charles Turner. Looks like just those two, Emery and Charles Turner. I don't think there's anybody left from the 2018 class. John Emery, Charles Turner were on the Natty team. Let me check the 2018 class. Hang on. I don't know if they have any sixth-year guys. Hang on. So weird, like Jamar Chase was in the 2018 class. Yeah, a lot of these guys like Baskerville, Cam Wire, who just transferred. So guys, with some eligibility though, still. No, that's it. So just John Emery and who's the other one we said? John Emery and Charles Turner. Jesse Brown, good morning. Antron Hemingway, good morning. I'm in South Carolina to watch LSU women's basketball. Go Tigers. Can you let the fam know I said good morning? Will do, Antron. Absolutely will do, man. Have a great day. Go Tigers. Here's hoping the ladies pull it off this afternoon. Randall Offrecht. Morning, Matt. Do you think this weekend will decide the West? Not exactly. So remember, it's not just your record against the West. And I don't think Arkansas is going to end up within a weekend series of LSU. I think Arkansas has major flaws. Arkansas swept Auburn last week. Auburn is really bad. Like Kentucky swept Mississippi State. Mississippi State is really bad. I don't think maybe everyone fully grasps that. Auburn last year went on a great run, and they had a lot of those guys that were, the transfer players that were big. Sonny DeShera obviously was huge for them last year. He was the transfer in from Samford. Auburn's just not a good team. So Arkansas sweeping Auburn at home is not impressive. And I believe that Arkansas is probably going to get humbled this weekend. I think they have a strong offensive team. As good of a coach and pitching coach as Dave Van Horn is, I do not believe they have the arms to fend off this LSU lineup. I mean, I know LSU fans got sour because of the way Game 3 ended, but you were a 4-run bottom of the 8th away from sweeping A&M at their field. Number 15, Texas A&M at their field. So, and I'll tell you, I think A&M is better than Arkansas. Ray Langlois, good morning from Austin, Texas. Patrick Ramos, good morning. Taking the 2 oldest to the box at noon. See Skeens tear it up. Making some memories. Love it, man. Y'all enjoy. Spurge, thoughts on the quarterback room. I love that Jaden Daniels is back. I will be holding my breath every time he takes off and runs. Because if something happens to Daniels, you put in an inexperienced quarterback who's turnover prone, and then you're a turned ankle away from Ricky Collins being your guy. So, yeah, man, I wish there was more depth and experience, but I'm thrilled with Jaden coming back for a 5th year. Michael Broussard, good morning, Matt, from the University of Illinois. Okay, got any recommendations on Nike sneakers? Looking for a pair of new everyday shoes to walk around campus. So, Michael, it really depends on your style and preference. I love Air Force Ones. A lot of people don't like them because they think they're like big and bulky and boxy. I think they're fire, and you can find pretty much any color of Forces that you want. And if you go to the Nike app, they're about $110. I think they're super comfortable. They got a giant sole on them. That's just me. Some people don't like Forces. They'll wear Dunks. They'll wear SBs, which SB stands for skateboard or skate shoes. But if you want simple and clean, like you said, like I would get a pair of like all white Air Force Ones. For some people, that's like a super aggressive fashion choice to wear all white shoes. I think they go with everything. They're keep them clean. But if not, you can go for the Air Force Ones that are white with the black swoosh. And the black accent on the back with Nike on the back. Like the black and whites are really clean and pretty much go with anything too. I would say get a couple of pair to match different things. Like today, I'm wearing, and some of them also come with different color laces, so you can switch the laces, and so it kind of changes the look as well. But like I'm wearing a pair of Adobe Dunks today to the LAB Awards. So I'm wearing a blue blazer, a blue and red patterned shirt, a gray pair of jeans, and my Adobe Dunks, which are like Adobe, or like clay Adobe red. So you can find something that matches anything, man. Let's see. Bubba Smith, Darren Reeves, good morning. Courtney Storr, good morning. Hope the bats are hot today. Earl, good morning. Matt, with the time change, how much, if any, does it affect the mindset of the pitcher? Is always a great show. Thanks, man. So remember, Earl, the time change was 2 weeks ago. So they've gone through a couple of weekends already with that time change. So I don't really think that matters at all. Oh, you're not talking about the time change, like daylight savings. You're talking about with the first time of first pitch going to noon. Remember, we already saw this, Earl. Remember, we saw Paul Skeens have to do this the season opener. Season opener got moved from a night start to daytime because it was cold. The one person that I don't worry about at all with mindset is Paul Skeens. This man was at a military academy. The amount of discipline that they have is unparalleled. So I don't worry about Paul Skeens at all. I mean, not one teensy-tiny little bit. And I'll remind you also that as the season goes along, when you get to the SEC tournament, when you get hopefully to certainly to regionals and super regional Omaha, you could end up playing day games a lot. So you play day games during the weekend. Like tomorrow's game is 1 o'clock first pitch. Sunday's at noon. I mean, you're used to playing in the daytime anyway. So for Skeens, who's been pitching at night, he's at a game day routine where he pitches in the evening. But today's just a day where he's got to get up and pitch early. So I don't worry about it with Paul Skeens. I really, really don't. That's the least of my concerns is Paul Skeens. Hey, Dad. Good morning, Patrick Berglass. Good morning. Also about Coach Jones and Calic High. CHS and Sanford represent. Sanford grad here. Okay. You're not saying Catholic has put players in through Sanford. As a matter of fact, Jonathan Pixley, who co-hosts the Rosters to Riches podcast with me, a Catholic High grad who went to Sanford as well, played for John Brady, was on the team that beat LSU. That's kind of how John Brady got the job. Anyway, at LSU, he tells that story all the time. Let's see. Boom. All right, I'm going to do this again for another week when we do Morning Scone here. I'm going to drop the Best of 225 link. If you haven't done so yet, really appreciate it. If you take a quick minute, vote for Best of 225. I believe voting ends on April the 3rd, if I have that correctly. But Best of 225 magazine would be great. April 3rd. It'd be great to win. Was nominated for Best Radio Personality, and also 104.5 ESPN nominated for Best Radio Station. So would really appreciate if you take a quick second, click that link, and vote. Right. Jason Mobby. Oh, Jason's telling you shoe advice. Jason knows. Jason got more shoes than I do. Right. Any more? We might be just about done, y'all. Rode Ryul, what's going on? Jason asked, where did I find the Adobe Dunks? I found a very reasonable priced pair on StockX. So it was the first time that I have gone to a secondary site to buy shoes, but they were very reasonable, and so I bought them. You'll doubleheader tomorrow. I think that's what's going to happen. That's what they were discussing yesterday. They didn't want to rush to that decision. They wanted to wait for as long as they possibly could, and they'll probably ultimately wait till this evening to see what happens with the weather forecast for Sunday to make the decision if they're going to have to play a doubleheader on Saturday. I guess in theory they could wait even till Saturday morning, play the Saturday game and make a determination if they're going to come back and play the doubleheader. So I think that's what they're going to do. I don't know that definitively, but I know they were talking about it yesterday, and the forecast, if anything, has gotten worse for Sunday. So I do think that's ultimately what they're going to have to do. Brian Penton, good morning from Vidor, Texas. Vidor or Vidor? I don't know. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta go. Gotta go. All right, y'all have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching. LSU Daily. Oh gosh, I didn't drop it because I had to leave yesterday. All right, I'm gonna try to get LSU Daily published. No, I can't get LSU Daily published because I gotta go to LAB. Oh, I'm gonna miss LSU Daily today. My apologies, y'all. My bad. But please subscribe up to LSU Daily anyway. I'd appreciate it greatly. AFR at 3. Y'all have an awesome day. Peace.